Good morning, friends. I welcome you all again to this channel, Dr. Vipul with Kapoor. Let's learn. Friends, in this channel, we are learning English language and literature. And in this video, today we are going to discuss Geoffrey Chaucer's very popular character, the wife of Bath. Friends, we know that Geoffrey Chaucer, a 14th century poet, is considered as the father of English poetry and as the father of English literature. Geoffrey Chaucer is mainly known for his contribution in the field of poetry and particularly his Canterbury tales. This poetry, a kind of narrative poetry, is very popular among the exponents of literature. Geoffrey Chaucer has given a realistic picture of his society by presenting different characters, about 30 characters in the Canterbury Tales. And all these characters come from different walks of life, different classes of this society. These characters are the representatives of their own class from where they are coming. Chaucer is considered as the first great painter in English literature. No doubt, William Shakespeare has drawn the characters in a beautiful and artistic manner. But as far as the quality of painting is concerned, the scholars generally prefer Chaucer as a greater painter than William Shakespeare. Sir Philip Sidney, the 16th century critic and poet of English literature, has rightly said that poetry, true poetry, is a speaking picture. Means the poetry must have the quality of a painting. And it is said that picture is a mute poetry and poetry is a speaking picture. And in the case of Geoffrey Chaucer's poetry, this fits perfectly well, because Chaucer's poetry is not simply poetry, it comes out as a beautiful picture. Because when Chaucer describes and gives minute details of his characters, how he develops his characters in the poetry, the whole picture comes before our eyes, before our mental eyes. And that is the reason why, Chaucer is considered as a painter who doesn't use the brush and color, who uses pen and paper. Chaucer's art of characterization, if we discuss, then these three criteria are very important, because Chaucer has described and has developed his characters by, number one, by presenting his behavior, by presenting their humors, by presenting their physiognomy. By physiognomy means physical appearance, by giving details about how they are looking. And number three, by presenting them as individuals, or by presenting them as typical characters, by presenting them as types. Okay, and in this lecture, our focus is mainly to discuss the character sketch of the wife of Bath. Geoffrey Chaucer has intentionally made this character stand out more compared to the other characters, and that is the reason why the character of wife of Bath comes out as an outstanding character who catches the eyes of the readers. The wife of Bath is described as in an explicit manner to provoke a shocking response of the readers. The character provokes our response in a shocking manner. Why? Because the wife of Bath, though a woman, is not presented with womanly qualities, with womanly characteristics. She is presented as a bold woman, as a strong-minded woman. One important thing that we must note about this character, wife of Bath, is that she fits the Christian codes of conduct. Her clothes, her physical appearance, her features, and her references to the past are described by Chaucer, which make us wonder how well she fits the rules imposed by Christian authorities regarding the womanly behavior. In those times, during 14th century, Christian codes, as per the Christian codes of conduct, there were two types of women. Number one, the saints, and number two, the sinners. Okay? There were two kinds of women, the saints and the sinners. Say, for example, if you have read the Bible, there is a story about the Adam and Eve. Okay? Eve represents the sinner because she caused the downfall of man on this paradise. She becomes the reason because she got tempted and she tasted the fruit of knowledge. So, in Bible, Eve is presented as the sinner, one who commits a sin. And on the other hand, Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, is presented as the saint. And in case of wife of Bath, she is a headstrong, bold woman of the 14th century. She shows off her Sunday clothes with evident pride, wearing 10 pounds of clothes. Wife of Bath was a materialistic woman. She was more interested in looking beautiful, in dressing herself, and that is the reason why she used to wear the costliest of the clothes, very expensive clothes. Her clothing symbolizes to the reader that she is not timid or shy, and also shows off her expertise as a weaver, because she knows the art of knitting, she knows the art of weaving. She weaves her own clothes, and she knows this art. So she is an artist. She is a materialistic, bold woman who wears very expensive clothes, and that is why wife of Bath is considered as an extravagant woman of the 14th century. As far as her physical appearance is concerned, physiognomy, as I told you in the beginning of this video today, that Chaucer develops his characters through physiognomy by describing their physical appearances. And the wife of Bath, Chaucer describes, her physical appearance, describing her clothes, her legs, her feet, even hips, and most importantly, her gap tooth. There was a little gap in the teeth of wife of Bath, which in those times during 14th century, it was believed that those who had this gap tooth, it symbolizes sensuality and lust, and wife of Bath is presented as a lustful character. Not because she had gap tooth, but because Chaucer has written that she had 5 husbands at the church door, and that's why she is considered as a sensuous character, as a lustful character. Let's talk about her love affairs during the 14th century. Having this gap tooth between this gap between the teeth was considered as of sensual nature. She is more interested in love than anything that has to do with homemaking. She is not much interested in homemaking, or she is not much interested in doing her household duties. She is more interested in dressing herself, in talking to the young man, even younger than her own age. Chaucer writes that she had husbands at church door, she had 5. This is Middle English language, so sometimes students, you might find it difficult to understand because their spellings, their grammar, their syntax was different during Middle English, and what the English that we are speaking in today's times is modern English. But you can see this line I have presented here on the screen. Husbands at church door, she had 5, which means that she has been married 5 times. She is also described as knowing all the remedies of love. She knows the tactics of love. She knows the ABC of love, and she knows the ins and outs of love. She knows how to deal with the woman, how to trap how to deal with the man, and how to trap them. Okay, and because of this, she is an experienced woman. At the end, we can say that Chaucer has presented wife of Bath as a dominant and a bold woman. Okay, and we quote these lines from Chaucer: in wifehood will I use my instrument as freely as my Maker has it sent. Maker means God. She says that in wifehood will I use my instrument as freely as my Maker has sent it. That means she wants to say, in wifehood means in my dealings with my husband, I will use all my liberty as God has gifted that to me. So she is a very liberal kind of a woman. She is a woman who loves freedom, who loves independence, and who loves to empower her husbands. And that is why we can say that she is a very strong-willed woman. She is a materialistic woman, and she is a tourist, not a religious woman. Though she joins this group of pilgrims, she is going to the pilgrimage, a religious journey, but she is not much interested in the religion and religious journey. What she is interested is in having some contact with the other men of her society. So she is more considered, you can say, she is more a tourist than a religious woman. And here we come to the end of this discussion on the character of the wife of Bath. Friends, before leaving, please subscribe this channel, like and share this channel, because in the next video I am coming back to you again with the new character analysis, the character of the Clerk of Oxford. So far, till then, goodbye and have a nice day. Thank you very much.